Well, hello everyone, and particularly people who are associated with the return to nature funeral home cases involving John and Kerry Harford. You may have heard that there was this judgment that was released yesterday of over $965 million. And for those of you who aren't familiar with these cases, and for those of you who are intimately familiar and may even be represented by our firm, I want to make clear what a judgment is. It's certainly not a verdict, and it's certainly not any sort of an award or a settlement. A verdict or a settlement would basically mean that there was a source to collect from, and that you had won some form of award that would then be divided out amongst families that were harmed in this event. Unfortunately, that's not the case. A judgment is when law firms like ours submit paperwork to the court where we give the court an amount of damages that we're asking for against a particular party. If that party doesn't show up and if they don't defend themselves, then ultimately the court gets tired of that and says, okay, I'm just going to enter this as a judgment. They must be right because you're not even showing up. And that's what happened here. A law firm went forward with a judgment, a proposed judgment amount of $965 million, a little bit more than I think it ends up being. The return to nature funeral home owners did not show up, the Harfords. They did not defend themselves. They put up no evidence to suggest that they were wrong or right in any way. They just were silent. And when that happens, the court then will say, okay, then we'll enter that judgment. And that's what they did. These families will not collect on this, and I don't want to mislead you to think that they will. We've done extensive background on the Harfords, and we can find no assets on them that are really collectible. There were several pieces of property that were repossessed or that they didn't own or they rented. Their personal vehicles were much the same, and there's just really not collectability there. So what that means is the judgment actually isn't an award. If anything, I look at it as more like kind of a snuff to these families. Rather than getting something, some sort of help for you and your loved one, proper burial, return of money that you may have paid, you're really going to get nothing. The party here, the party that's been found to be at fault, has nothing. And the old saying that you can't get blood out of a rock, and that's how this is. So I'm sorry to say that part. The number is more of a, I don't even know, I don't want to call it a badge for a law firm. It doesn't take a lot as far as effort or work. It's certainly nothing to pound on your chest about being some great outcome, because it didn't help the client. And the client is you, the people who are trusting our law firm. The clients are these people who trust attorneys to go forward after the Harfords. And it's not the attorney's fault. It's just simply there's nothing there to get. So I want to give an update on this case. The return to nature funeral home case will start to hit the news again. There'll be a big buzz about it. There may be some big buzz about this judgment. Some people may even think that attorneys went out and got some big win for their clients, and it's not that at all. We remain very disappointed in the return for our clients, and we are extremely saddened by what you've been through, your families have been through this tragedy, and I'm sure at this point that you just want to get it behind you. And so here at Ramos Law, we're here for you if we can ever do anything for you or help you in any way. And I wanted to share this update because it's very important for everyone to know and know exactly what a judgment means.